Introduction. A town holding its breath. For the next 2 weeks in General Hospital, Port Charles feels like a town waiting for a siren to stop. The spoilers point toward a funeral, not a metaphorical ending, a real one. And when a show starts quietly preparing viewers for death, it usually means several storylines are about to collide at once. At the center of this looming crisis is Drew, a man already targeted once, a man now fighting for his life again. Around his hospital bed, we see panic, manipulation, misdirection, and long-buried secrets starting to crack open. And what makes this arc especially dangerous is not just who might die, but who might get away with it. So today, we're breaking down every thread in this outline. Who is likely to die? Who is possibly responsible? And how this could reshape power, relationships, and morality in Port Charles going forward. Let's start where everything converges. The hospital, Lucas, Liz, and the patient who may be beyond saving. Leaks suggest Lucas and Liz are powerless in the face of a newly transferred patient. That alone is alarming. These are two characters who usually symbolize competence and emotional steadiness inside General Hospital. When they're shown as helpless, it's a narrative signal. The show wants us to feel that this situation is already out of control. The implication is that the patient may not be savable, and multiple leaks point to that patient being Drew. If that's true, this isn't just another medical emergency. This is a slow, suspense-driven countdown. Drew is already shot once. Now he's been poisoned. That escalation matters. Being shot could be framed as impulsive violence. Poisoning suggests planning, patience, and intent to finish the job. If Drew does die, the funeral won't just be about grief. It will be about unanswered questions. And hypothetically, the show may be positioning his death as a catalyst that exposes multiple hidden crimes at once. But before we talk about who did it, we need to talk about who stands to benefit. Sonny's problem. Saving Michael without destroying him. Michael is under suspicion for shooting Drew. Whether that suspicion is fair almost doesn't matter. In Port Charles, perception often becomes reality long before proof does. Sonny steps in as expected, but this time, his role is more complicated. He's not just protecting his son, he's managing fallout. Because if Michael goes down for this, Sonny loses moral leverage. He loses control of the narrative. And Sonny never tolerates losing control. The outline suggests Sonny is considering a new plan. Not defense, offense, a trap. The key question is who Sonny wants to frame. Sidwell immediately stands out as the likely target. Sidwell has motive. Sidwell has history. And most importantly, Sidwell has been blackmailing Sonny and Laura. That alone makes him dangerous enough for Sonny to justify extreme measures. The theory presented is dark, but plausible. Sonny could fabricate evidence that Sidwell shot Drew before and poisoned him this time. If Drew dies, the story becomes clean. Sidwell is blamed. Michael is cleared. Sonny and Laura are free from blackmail. On paper, it's perfect, but this is where the psychology matters. Would Sonny actually do this? Sonny often draws a line between criminal strategy and personal betrayal. Framing someone for murder crosses into territory that even Sonny sometimes hesitates to enter. However, when family is involved, his rules change. And Michael is family. So the real tension isn't whether Sonny can do this. It's whether the show wants to push Sonny one step further into moral collapse. And if Sonny succeeds, the cost may come later when someone realizes the evidence doesn't quite add up. Sidwell, Ava, and the most dangerous kind of alliance. This is where Ava enters the picture. Ava continues to seduce Sidwell, but the outline makes one thing clear. This time, she has a real objective. Sonny appears to promise Ava something in return. That promise matters. Ava doesn't risk herself emotionally unless the reward is significant. Power, protection, or leverage. If Sidwell truly has feelings for Ava, that becomes his weakness. And Ava is very skilled at identifying emotional leverage and applying pressure without appearing to do so. Possibly, Ava's role is to keep Sidwell distracted, emotionally compromised, and overconfident. If Sidwell believes Ava is choosing him over Sonny, he may stop watching his back. That's when traps work best. This also raises an interesting structural question. If Sidwell is taken down successfully, Sonny and Laura escape blackmail. But Ava becomes an active accomplice, not just an observer. That ties her fate to Sonny's in a way that could explode later. If Sidwell realizes he's been played, Ava is the one most at risk. And if Sidwell doesn't realize it until it's too late, Ava becomes the keeper of secrets that could destroy Sonny down the line. Michael and Chase, when guilt turns physical. Michael and Chase getting into a physical fight is not just about anger. It's about pressure. Michael is carrying suspicion. Chase is carrying duty. When those collide, violence becomes a release valve. Their fight leading to arrest and interrogation is significant because it forces the truth into official channels. And Dante handling the interrogation adds another layer. Dante isn't neutral. He's emotionally connected to Sonny, Michael, and the broader Corinthos orbit. Dante questioning Michael is uncomfortable. Dante questioning Chase is equally loaded. No matter how professional Dante tries to be, bias exists. And hypothetically, that bias could influence which inconsistencies he notices and which ones he overlooks. This interrogation could also be a distraction. While everyone focuses on Michael and Chase, the real culprit remains invisible. Which brings us to Willow. Willow, hiding in plain sight. Willow appears innocent. That's her shield. Very few people suspect her. Even fewer know she was the shooter the first time Drew was attacked. That limited knowledge base is crucial. It allows Willow to move freely while everyone else looks elsewhere. The outline suggests Willow may be pretending to be innocent. That implies intention, not panic, not remorse. Calculation. If Willow poisoned Drew this time, that's escalation. It means the first shooting wasn't a moment of desperation. It was a decision, and now she's following through. Why poison instead of shoot again? Because poisoning creates distance. It removes her physically from the act. It also aligns with her public image. Willow is not seen as someone capable of something so cold. That makes her possibly the safest suspect to never be suspected. And the most dangerous villains are the ones no one looks at. Alexis, the one variable Willow can't control. Alexis knows Willow was the shooter before. That makes her unique. And based on what she knows, she may begin to suspect Willow again. Alexis is analytical. She doesn't react emotionally. She observes patterns. If Drew is poisoned after surviving a shooting, Alexis may connect the dots, especially if the methods suggest someone close, someone trusted. Alexis doesn't need proof immediately. Suspicion alone can change how she behaves, how she questions, how she watches Willow. This creates a quiet chess match. Willow believes she's invisible. Alexis knows where to look. And if Alexis starts digging, she may uncover not just Willow's guilt, but Sonny's potential manipulation at the same time. That would be catastrophic. Cody and Molly, a miracle that changes everything. Amid all this darkness, we get something unexpected. Cody and Molly growing closer. And then the possibility of pregnancy. Doctors previously concluded Molly could not get pregnant. That medical certainty is what makes this twist powerful. The odds are low. The shock is high. If Molly is pregnant, it reframes her entire future. It challenges science. It challenges past grief. And it introduces hope into a story landscape dominated by death. Hypothetically, this miracle could serve as emotional counterbalance. While one life may be ending, another may be beginning. That contrast is classic General Hospital, but here it feels more intentional. Molly, Cody, and their families would be stunned. Joy would mix with fear, because a miracle doesn't erase risk. It amplifies it. Conclusion: who wins, and at what cost? So where does this leave us? Drew is possibly dying. Sonny is likely planning something irreversible. Sidwell may be walking into a trap. Ava is aligning herself with danger. Michael is spiraling. Chase is compromised. Willow is hiding a deadly truth. Alexis is watching, and Molly may be defying fate itself. The next 2 weeks aren't about a single mystery. They're about convergence. Every choice made now will echo long after the funeral, if the funeral happens. My final prediction is this: Drew's fate will expose the truth, but not immediately. someone will get away with something. For now. And when that secret finally surfaces, it will destroy more than one life. Port Charles is holding its breath. And when it exhales, nothing will be the same.